Hello, this is John Michael Goudelet again. I'm going to be doing a presentation on the Catholic canons and also the secondary canons. I have those books with me right here, right now, but we're going to continue also with Martin Luther, the German monk, who was a Catholic monk and a Catholic priest. And he wrote a number of books, quite a bit of books. This one here is a small catechism book with explanation, and he also did a large catechism with explanation on it. And it's got Catholic scriptures in there, stuff that the Catholic does, sacraments, stuff like that in there. He learned all about the sacraments of the Catholic Church. And the first canons that they did, this one was a Clementine Bible. This is a Clementine Bible. And what happened is that he does count some of these books that are in here, the 7 extra books, the Septuagint 7 extra books, and Esdras and Enoch Apocrypha. And now the Catholic Church has canonized Apocrypha. So in these books, we're going to learn about the canonization of Apocrypha. So this one here is the Clementine Bible, and it has 73 books, and in the back it has the story, the third and the fourth chapters of Esdras in the back there, and it explains everything. We'll be talking about that right now. The other book I'm going to be reading out is the New Jerusalem Bible. The New Jerusalem Bible has 73 books on it. 73 books. Also has his Septuagint books in there. We're going to be talking about that right now in a minute. This is the New Jerusalem Bible, 73 books. It's a Catholic Bible. And we're going to be doing the book of Enoch. And right here it does say, explore 1, 2, and 3 Enoch Apocrypha with scholarly insight, ancient revelations, and an accessible guide to their historical significance, written by Elias ben Sion. This is called a secondary canon, Catholic canon. The Catholic secondary canon, and this one is Esdras 1 and 2. Esdras 1 and 2. This talks about Ezra and Nehemiah on the first 2 chapters in the beginning of the Catholic Bible, and then in the Clementine Bible it has the 3 and 4 Esdras, and that's where the Archangel Uriel and God and Jesus and the angels of the Lord are all explaining to Ezra. Ezra's in Babylon. Ezra's still a captive in Babylon, and they're preparing Ezra for the journey back to Jerusalem. And while he's in Babylon, he's going to college. He's learning the law of Moses. He's learning the laws of everything that has to do with the Israelites, how to preach the law to the Hebrews, while Nehemiah's building the wall. Nehemiah's building the wall there in Jerusalem. and we're going to be reading about that here in a minute. This is Esdras 1 and 2. It has all the information about the Archangel Uriel. That's the fourth Archangel that we're talking about. The first one is Michael the Archangel, Gabriel the Archangel, Raphael the Archangel, and Uriel the Archangel. There's three more archangels. We'll be talking about that also. And let me see. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started as much as we possibly can get in here. Did Ezra receive instructions in Babylon way before leaving to Jerusalem? Yes, Ezra received specific instructions and royal authoritation. He had authority from the king Xerxes in Babylon. Before returning to Jerusalem, including a degree to teach God's law and provisions for restoring temple worship, demonstrating divine favor, the hand of the Lord, his God Almighty, guiding his mission. Here is a breakdown of the instructions. Royal decree: King Xerxes issued a letter granting Ezra authority and permission to travel to Jerusalem, bringing more Israelites with him. Authority to teach: Ezra was commissioned as a teacher of the law of God, empowered to instruct the people in Moses' teachings and statutes. Provisions for the temple: the king provided silver and gold and other sacred items from the royal treasury to re-establish worship and offer sacrifices in Jerusalem. Support from governors: the decree also instructed Persian governors along the route to assist Ezra and expedite his journey. Essentially, Ezra went from Babylon not just as a leader, but as an official envoy, shipped with royal backing to enforce and teach God's law and rebuild the covenant community's worship in Jerusalem. Ezra left Babylon in the spring of 457 BCE, the seventh regional year of Xerxes I, beginning his journey on the first day of the first month, Nisan, and arriving in Jerusalem in the fifth month, AB arrival time. Ezra reached Jerusalem in the summer, in the 457. The journey took 4 months, so it was the same year, 457 BCE, and it was 900 miles from Babylon to Jerusalem. Ezra chapter 1, verse 1 through 11, Isaiah 45, 1, 2, and 3, details King Cyrus's decree allowing the Jews to return and rebuild the temple, with Zerubbabel leading the first wave. He had 42,000 Hebrews with him come on the first journey. Ezra chapter 3, verse 2 to 8 describes Zerubbabel. Jeshua, that's how they called Joshua, the high priest, Zerubbabel, the governor, and others restoring the altar and beginning the temple foundation. they had restored Joshua, high priest, along with Zerubbabel. Haggai chapter 1 verse 1. God stirs Zerubbabel, the governor, to focus on building the Lord's house. Then you have Nehemiah, another of God's chosen. Nehemiah has a role as a cupbearer. Nehemiah served the Persian king Xerxes, a position of high trust, making him influential to build a wall in Jerusalem. Despite immense challenges, the wall finished in 52 days. Nehemiah chapters 2, chapter 4, chapter 6, God's work, the success was attributed to God, as even enemies recognized the work was accomplished by divine help. You can read that in Nehemiah chapter 6, verse 16. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start another YouTube. Thank you very much. I'll be right back.